People kept telling me, don't go, it's dangerous, crime, theft, chaos. But here's the thing, you never really know a place until you go. So I drove an hour and a half from Santiago to find out for myself. Good afternoon, everybody. In this video, I'm heading to one of the most dangerous cities in Chile, or so they say. Valparaiso literally means the Valley of Paradise.
I just arrived to this coastal town.
My first thought, this city is alive. Boats, markets, graffitis. Valparaiso doesn't wait for you to ease in. It throws itself at you.
And just outside of Port.
And this city is supposed to be dangerous? So far, it just looks like a mix of locals, tourists, and a lot of colors. Everywhere I go, I find a market. And every time I tell myself, I would not buy anything. So let's see how that goes this time.
Armada de Chile. It's actually very beautiful, very pleasant here. It's hot, but it's cool at the same time because of the sea. So it's really beautiful. And just your typical flea market that I love to go whenever I travel. Just happens to be here on a Thursday. Oh, look at that. They're trying to mimic the one in Brazil, in Rio.
Valparaiso is basically an artist playground. Everything is painted. Walls, stairs, even some trash cans. Some murals are beautiful. Others, well...
Look at that. I'm not sure what is the meaning of this. There's a burning cat right here. And there's one that looks like a fat Chinese man with a rope tied up to his leg.
I mean, it's art, right? Let's pretend I totally understand the deeper meaning.
That's a perfect spot, actually. Continue going here. It's overlooking the Pacific Ocean. That is stunning. This city, believe it or not, used to be considered one of the richest cities in all of the Americas. Prior to the construction of the Panama Canal, people coming from Europe, in order to get to California, they had to go around the Cape Horn of South America and basically have to stop here prior to going to California to, for the gold rush.
But after the canal opened, Valparaiso lost its place on the map. The wealth faded. But what remained? The creativity, the character, the art.
I'm gonna show you guys something really interesting. Espacio Yugoslavo. Look at it. This is actually a small passage which was made famous by one person. He was a photographer who was he took a picture of two girls through the passage. There you go.
This house belonged to Jake Juan Edward Bello, a famous Chilean writer. This city has always been home to artists, rebels, and storytellers. Now, this is a must-visit spot, not just for the history, but for the view, and trust me, it's worth the walk.
A tour guide just approached me and asked me if I know anything about this area. And I said, I do. And she was like, what do you know? And I told her about the photographer, and she was like, oh, wow, okay, you know that. She said, I want to make sure that you understand, the city is not as dangerous as what most people would say. And what would you say about the city? Is it dangerous?
Well, you must be streetwise to walk around in Valparaiso. Take care of your belongings.
And use a guide if you don't know anything about the city. And
yeah,
she is a professional guide, and she will help you out. What's your Instagram?
Pelican walking tour.
There you go.
Yeah.
Awesome. So yeah, make sure to follow her.
Yeah, thank you.
Exactly. Every city has its sketchy areas, but that doesn't define the whole place.
They take 10 at a time because of the weight.
I love how they say 10 people, but don't mention a weight limit. Let's just hope this thing holds up. That was nice.
I'm lucky to actually take it going down.
This is the regular
Wow.
So I invited Alejandra for coffee, and somehow we picked up another person, Camila, a translator. Now we are a trio.
So this is basically a coffee shop. I got hooked up with two ladies here. They're both translators and... Oh, nice. That's
It's a workshop, an art gallery.
Yeah. I see, that's why. So we're gonna have some coffee.
Next thing I know, we are hopping on a bus, aka the Bone Breaker. The drivers are insane, zero fear and maximum speed. My spine no longer aligned, and I barely made it off in one piece.
What an experience.
That's the Valparaiso Museum over there, built in 1915. And they recently put this rescue boat,
Yeah.
because it was the first rescue boat we had in the country, owned by the Navy.
Wow. So, just so you guys know, the reason why we're here, I want to share this with you guys. So, I met Alejandra first, and I told you the story of how to meet her. And then as we walk in, I'm sorry, I forgot your name. Camila. She asked her a question like later on, like even 10 minutes after we start walking, and she was lost. She asked her for directions, and then we start talking, all of us, and then we realized that she's actually looking for a spot for her wedding that is happening in April. Oh, look at that. So she was like, oh, I know the spot. And we were like, so let's go. So now we're at the spot where they basically have weddings. And wow, look at that.
And this was my house when I was a child.
Really?
That's the house of my childhood.
Really? It is?
Yeah, the one that says 1936, but only one part. The first floor.
Wow. The colors of the city. Look at it. So beautiful.
This is the last part of the tour.
This is the last part of the tour.
Be careful. Really be careful.
Okay.
Those two guys, I don't know.
Oh, she's talking about those two guys over there. And she said to really be careful because it's... Oh, she's cooking over there. There's dogs and everything. That's crazy.
And there was a fence. There was a beautiful fence on this abandoned building, and they also stole it.
Yo! Dude, chilling.
This is the part tourists don't usually see. Valparaiso has its struggles. Some areas are rough, and some buildings are abandoned. It's a city of contrast.
They don't know each other. They just met each other today. I don't know any of them. I just met them today, so it's awesome. It was very good meeting you.
Nice to meet you.
You come to a place expecting one thing, and you leave with a completely different story.
It was awesome meeting you. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye. Now, an hour and 25 minutes to get back to the hotel in Santiago. So it's really highly recommended to come here. Very beautiful city with so much history, but be careful.
Valparaiso is messy, chaotic, a little rough around the edges, colorful, and full of life, and that's what makes it special. It's not for everyone, but if you come with an open mind, you might just fall in love.